Hello guys, welcome. Very off the cuff video, pretty spontaneous. Guess you haven't seen me do many of these before. Anyway, big news. Shadowlands is delayed. I'll just get on and say it. People have been asking me about this every 5 minutes, I swear, on stream today since the news came out. So I thought, rather than just sounding like a broken record, saying the same thing every single time, I'd just make a video and refer people to the video and anyone else who cares to discover it, I guess. So we have a blue post from John Haidt, executive producer of World of Warcraft. He's posted late this afternoon, I guess on EU time for us. It's probably pretty early in America. I don't know, afternoon for America, evening for EU. I don't know when it came out, honestly, but it's pretty fresh. It's pretty fresh. So I'll read it to you. I wanted to let you know that we are delaying the release of Shadowlands to later this year, and while we're still in the process of determining the right new date to launch, so unspecified, we felt it was important to let you know about this change in plans as soon as we could. This was an incredibly difficult decision for the team, and as we're eager to get the expansion into your hands as you are to play it, but ultimately we feel it's the right decision for the game and for our players. So someone commented to me earlier, it's like one of the least what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on, I'll probably edit it in. Least corporate decisions. I didn't need to edit. One of the least corporate based decisions that they've made in like a very long time, right? Like Blizzard have been, there's this whole thing about, Blizzard's Activision have Blizzard by the balls and stuff. So for them to actually delay this is I don't know. It's like a nice little, it feels kind of like a nod that they do still care about the players, because the player base has been talking about, please delay Shadowlands, please do this, please, like the game is not ready, like just do not ship this broken game. We had the same kind of thing when Battle for Azeroth BFA launched, right? It launched in like a broken state, and it took them a few patches to even like get it under wraps, and then now we're left in the content drought. But I'm sure that people would prefer, maybe an extra month of waiting on Shadowlands. If we've had 10 months of Nihilife, I'm not sure how long it's been if we had 10 months or something. 11 months doesn't seem that big different, and all in the grand scheme of 2020, it doesn't feel like too bad of a thing. So hopefully not too long of a delay. I'll tell you what my estimate is, which is only a couple weeks, but we'll read the rest of the post. Over the past several months of testing, we've made significant progress iterating on and polishing the core features and gameplay of Shadowlands. We're at a point where the zones, the campaign, the level up, questing experience, and the story we have to tell are essentially ready to share. We're excited by the covenants at the heart of the expansion, and it's been a thrill to see Torghast take shape in a fun new kind of WoW experience. There's thanks in no small part to your input, so thank you beta testers. I've been doing a little bit here and there. I probably should have done a bit more, but I don't want to burn myself out on the content too much, right? I've been playing a little bit here and there on stream. However, as everything's started coming together and we've been listening to and building upon your feedback, it's become clear we need a little more time for additional polish and to balance and iterate on some interlocking pieces, particularly those related to the endgame. So they're probably talking about covenants, right? Shadowlands is one of the most intricate expansions we've created, and while we've made great progress, the challenge of tuning the endgame was compounded by the team having to work from home. Definitely can sympathize here. It must not have been easy at all, not being able to have meetings, boardroom things, throwing about ideas between colleagues all the time. Like how an office environment is probably a little bit more laid back, a bit more casual. You can shoot ideas off each other a little bit more easily than it is to call people up, jump in a Discord and things like that. So I'm assuming that's what they're doing. I don't know. I don't work there. Blizzard has a commitment to quality. Thank you. We believe Shadowlands will be something special, and we hope so too. That's from me. And we've heard very many of you who feel the same. We need this extra time to ensure that Shadowlands lives up to its full potential. Thank you, Blizzard. Thank you, Blizzard, for doing this. So then it goes on to say, in the meantime, we're excited to announce that the beginning October 13th, we're releasing the pre-patch, which obviously now we have a date. Finally, every single reset goes by recently, and we've been sat there, thinking, is this going to be the pre-patch? Like, they're going to announce pre-patch sometime this week, because then it's going to be on the reset, or 4 days advance. But they've just been delaying, and now people are like, maybe they delay the actual expansion, and apparently that's come true. So Shadowlands pre-patch October 13th. This lays a lot of the groundwork for the expansion and includes our revamped character leveling, new player experience on Exile's Reach, and a host of new character customization. That's all the cosmetic things they put in the game, which are really good from what I've seen. Once we get closer to the Shadowlands release, you'll be called upon to defend Azeroth against the resurgence of the Scourge during our pre-launch event. So you'll be able to get a bunch of free gear. I think the equivalent is 445-ish eye-level gear. So that's the equivalent of normal difficulty Ny'alotha. So pre-patch, you'll be able to level up very easily. You'll be able to try out the new leveling stuff. You'll be able to make new alts or finish leveling old characters if you want, and get them somewhat kind of geared pretty easily, I think, from the Scourge event for like the leveling process, so that you have a little bit less of a hard time leveling, I guess, at the start. Anyway, we'll see you in Shadowlands soon. And then from John Height, thank you, John Height. We appreciate that. But yes, my thoughts, I think it's good. I think Blizzard are finally showing, that they do care. And I'm a bit of like a cynic when it comes to Blizzard these days, but I am. It's weird because I'm usually very optimistic, but I'm also, I like to be real when I can, right? And broken promises after broken promises after broken promises. There's only so many times a boy can cry wolf, so to speak, right? I'm glad that they're doing this. I think it is good for the game. I think it is good for the player base. I think that, I do feel bad for the people, I have sympathy for the people who booked time off work or booked, this, that, or the other. I've seen a story of people, renting a place for a big LAN party and things like that. So people are still hyped for Shadowlands. The hype is real, even though people are saying the game is quite unfinished. I do think that this is the right decision. And that brings me on to my speculation of release date. I don't think it's going to be too much later than the actual, previously established release date being the 27th of October, which is the original one. I think, which was my original guess, the original guess I had was the 10th of November, which is the one I'm now going for. 10th of November, that was my original guess I came up with, I don't know, 3-4 months ago or something. And I'll tell you why. But yeah, I actually was very surprised when they announced the 27th of October. I thought that was too early, but I was like, sure, I'll go with it. 2 weeks earlier than I thought, so I'll take it. Comes out earlier for me. But yeah, I think based on if that goes away, I'll jump into the game real quick. Just use the in-game calendar, I guess. So where we're at right now is this was the apparent release date here. I think it was going to be the 10th, and I'll tell you why. And the pre-patch date that they've just announced further backs this up. So I think that, okay, if it came out on the 10th, this is the latest it could possibly come out, and the world first race still be okay. So usually the expansion comes out on reset day, Tuesday for NA, Wednesday for EU. I believe it's like a midnight release or something like that. So 10th into the 11th, I think. No, 9th into 10th. I don't know. Anyway, comes out on one of these days. And then let's just use NA reset days. 2 weeks. It's usually 2 weeks for leveling up, mythic zeros, heroic dungeons, etc., rep grinds, things like that. Getting your covenants ready and stuff like that. So 2 weeks. So that takes us to 17th. 1 week. That takes us to 24th. Another week. That's when the heroic raid usually drops after 2 weeks. Then we have a week of heroic raiding, and like Mythic Plus comes in, but I think that it's gear capped at like level 5 or 6 or something usually. And then 1 week later, Mythic Raid comes out, and Mythic Plus fully unlocks, right? So that brings us to the 1st of December, where essentially the world first race would begin. So then the world first race has 1, 2, 3 resets, bring us to the 22nd after 3 full resets. And usually, unless it's a very long hard tier, there's, I believe, 10 bosses in the first tier. I could be wrong. I'll edit that if I am, but I think it's 10, which is a nice length first boss raid, by the way. I think that, that brings us to 22nd, when people should usually be done by that time. Like 3 whole resets is usually long enough for a world first race, especially on a first tier. So hopefully that's all done and dusted. Then, people like, you know, most more casual guilds will take breaks over Christmas, so it doesn't really disrupt that. I think originally they tried to push it to 27th because they were thinking about the world first race and stuff like that. So I think that they'll delay it to this. And now what makes me even further kind of committed on the 10th is the fact that they announced the pre-patch date for the 13th, which usually pre-patches typically last 4 resets, I believe. So I thought maybe they would, you know, if they'd announced 13th and then they'd have released the date, you know, this was what I was thinking earlier today before this news came out. Pre-patch on 13th, release day on 27th, 2-week pre-patch, half length as usual. But now I'm thinking 1 reset, 2 reset, 3 reset, 4 reset. It brings us to the 10th. So that'll be a 4-week pre-patch or 4 reset pre-patch. Yeah, 4 weeks, I guess. And then the latest possible date that I can think of that won't disrupt, you know, won't place the world first race in the raid over the middle of Christmas, because that will annoy a lot of people. So that's my thoughts. I think that it can't be late November because that will place the world first race on Christmas, and it can't be early December because that will place it right after Christmas. I think they have to either, it's going to be the 10th of November, or it's going to be kind of like the expansion comes out just before Christmas, so people like doing the leveling up over Christmas. Then the world first race maybe on like the 7th of January or 6th of January, I guess, 5th, 6th maybe. I don't know. I think that's delaying it too far. In the post, they said later this year, so they're still implying a 2020 release. So I can't see it being any time apart from early November or late December. I don't think you could put it late November or early December. So that's my thoughts. I don't know. Tell me what you think, guys. Tell me if you think it's good for the game. Tell me if you are annoyed with it. Tell me if it ruined your plans. I don't know. Tell me in the comment section below. Feel free to check out the stream. I talk about this kind of stuff all the time, amongst many other things. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff for more. I'll try and make more videos more frequently. I have big plans for Shadowlands. I know I said that in like every video. I have big plans for Shadowlands, okay? But yeah, just if you want to keep updated, I don't know, maybe you thought I look kind of funny and you want to see me again, I don't know. But yeah, drop the subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.